Ant-Man issue number 3. 60 years, folks. 60 years of Ant-Man, your favorite superhero. He's getting a third movie. I'm just amazed. It's the Ant-Man-assance, baby. How cool is that? 60 years of Ant-Man. He has 2 movies out already. It's crazy. It's great. It is crazy. It is crazy. We live in crazy times. Why are we getting an Ant-Man comic book to coincide with an Ant-Man movie? That shouldn't be happening, but it is. So we're lucky. Man, it's getting weird out there, hey? This book is great. I've liked the first 2 issues a lot. This one's the best. This is the best one. Mainly because it's just taking the rest of the mythology of Ant-Man. So, we had Hank Pym. We had Eric O'Grady. Guess what? We got Scott Lang now in the present day. Because, we'll get into that. First, we have to start with Black Ant, who is the evil robotic Eric O'Grady. He's going to break into some weird building. We don't really know what it is. Oh no, it's a laboratory for Hank Pym. Uh-oh, what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. Back at Avengers Mountain in the Big Dead Celestial, Thor and Iron Man are holding a big sarcophagus with PYMTRON inside. What is PYMTRON for all of you Ant-Man fans? Well, Ultron merged with Hank Pym, made him a really bad villain, and then since that moment, there hasn't been a single writer at Marvel who knew what to do with him. Do you separate Hank from him? Do you have a redemption arc for Hank? Do you have a thing happening with Ultron? Who's to say? Nobody knew what to do with it. So, here's the best plan Al Ewing could come up with. What if we just stick him in the microscopic realm where nobody can find him? It's Tony's plan. We're just going to put him there. We'll have to get into Hank's actual lab to drop him off in the place where no one can find him. In order to do that, we'll need the help of an Ant-Man for some reason. So Scott Lang shows up and he brought his daughter Cassie because they're the best duo in the game and synergy for the movie. Is that it? Of course it is. So everyone's kind of thinking, why are we making Scott do this? This is probably something we shouldn't do. Why did you invite him in the first place then if you didn't want him to do it, is what I'm asking. But he's got a plan. He's going to go shrink the PYMTRON sarcophagus, put it in his pocket, go drop it somewhere bad in Pym's lab, and just, well, I'll forget about it. But as they're doing that, Carol calls the Avengers on their headset, like, okay, we gotta go. So now Scott's feeling a little bit left out. Now, this is an interesting thing we could explore a little bit more. Do we think Scott Lang has turned more into like a joke where he's desperately trying to quip and sound funny because Paul Rudd is playing him? I think there's a little bit of that in there because you just hear him like, I could be useful out there. I could lend some shrink gas. Tony, Ant-Man, it could be the next big thing. Like, you can read that in Paul Rudd's voice. And even Cassie's like, you've beaten Dr. Doom and you've got blown up in the line of duty. The Avengers should treat you better. Stop acting like you're, like, lesser than them. You're my dad. Do something useful with your time, please. So, Stinger and Ant-Man team up. Is she called Stinger right now or is it Stature? Doesn't matter. They're flying PYMTRON away. Suddenly some weird lights pick them off because the future Ant-Man's like, I should do this more inconspicuously because I really messed up with Eric. Doesn't really work. They manage to get away. Almost because this guy's like, well, I guess we should see what's going on here. So when they get to the lab, you just see Hank is back. Like, it's not even subtle. Scott's been hearing a voice for a little bit in his head, and it turns out that it's PYMTRON controlling him through ant telepathy. And I'm like, okay, I have so many conflicting thoughts on PYMTRON. I don't even know if that's what we're officially calling him in the book, but it's that. It's a great idea, but it's overstated its welcome, and the fact that nobody has changed it is a problem. So you just see that Ultron was always in control and managed to sneak in there and get Scott to look like a dumbass because guess what? He hired Black Ant to do this, and Black Ant shows up and he's got Cassie strung up. He's like, yeah, this is my plan. I've been hired to do this by Ultron. Don't tell me why. I just get my money. I'm programmed to be a bigger dick than Eric O'Grady, and I'm already seeing that he's a huge dick, so I'm a bigger dick than a big dick. It's fun. But with some clever wordplay, Scott tells his daughter to grow up, and she gets big and slaps the Black Ant off of her. And I'm like, this is so modern. 1, you got Scott Lang's best costume. 2, you got Cassie in here. 3, PYMTRON really dates this book, doesn't it? 4, who has seen Black Ant in a hot minute? My goodness, every little Ant-Man thing is coming together. And isn't it spectacularly beautiful and fun? This is my shit, man. Like, this is what I want more than just like another Spider-Man kind of book, you know? And I don't read Spider-Man actively, but give me this, like all the weird Ant-Mans together doing weird Ant-Man stuff. That's fun. I like that. So they get into a fight. Everything looks like it's going to go well, but some weird thing takes control of PYMTRON, sends him away. They can't understand what's happening. Like some weird magic from Asgard, like does some weird shit to him, and it ain't working well. He gets blasted away. They all think he's dead, but what's really happening to him? Who's to say? We can't really tell. We gotta stop Black Ant before he gets away, because Scott's a little bit of a weirdo. You know, he's doing things a little bit different. He uses his power of communicating with fans in a way that nobody's really done before. And he calls on some spiders. So he gets some spiders and he traps Eric on a web and they're going to eat him. Like, look at this fly. This fly's so weird. Like, should we be worried about this? Like, you kind of lost PYMTRON. That's not good, right? Cassie's like, well, you handled that good, but should we get some help? Before they can really think about anything, guess what? Future Ant-Man shows up, pulls like Scott, like, yo, I need you to come with me like right now because shit's getting real in the bad dimension, dude. So we see, you know, a couple of like the incidents that happened with Scott Lang. He appears somewhere in time and he finds PYMTRON, but guess what? Now it's All-Father Ultron. And it's like Ultron in the Destroyer armor with the power cosmic. Oh, that's awesome. That's like, what else would you do with them? That's it. That's what you do. And what I really like about that is it's both like kind of homaging the stuff that's happening in What If, where it's like, what if Ultron was crazy evil and took over the world and looked like a freak? But it's doing it in terms of the comic books. That's really cool. That's really fun. This issue is great. I'm liking this book so much. I'm sad it's only 4 issues, but I'm thankful, super thankful, that there's a Wasp book coming out after this, because that's awesome too. This is it. Like a good portrayal of Scott Lang and Cassie's relationship. Getting PYMTRON to do something useful for once is a great concept. Black Ant emerging. Cover all the bases with your ants, baby. That's great. What else would you do? That's what you had to do. I dig it a lot. It's very fun. Very fun and silly. Oh, this is cool. This is just cool. Like, what else could you want from your Ant-Man? What else would you want people to do with an Ant-Man comic book? Let me ask you that question. You peaked with this. There's nothing else for you to do. This is all you can go for. So do it and go for it. And that's what you get. Fantastic books telling fantastic stuff with great concepts. Ant-Man. It's Paul Rudd. He's got a movie. Go watch the movie. I love a good Scott Lang. Is he my favorite Ant-Man? I don't know. I'm a Hank realist. But it's a good book. Really fun. All-Father Ultron, man. It's awesome. So, Ant-Man, issue number 3, I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.